each person on our team is genuinely dedicated to providing a great experience to people. I think it really matters to them, and they are true hospitalitarians at their core. Hi, I'm Sophia. I've been at the Publican for a little over 3 years now. I started here back in 2022 as a hostess during college, and I ended up moving my way up to assistant general manager.
Hi, my name is Aaron. I've been at Publican for 10 years now. I'm the beer and wine buyer behind the bar, also doing service.
Hi, this is Melba. I've been working at Publican since 2008. When I count the years, I was like, oh my God, it's too many years, but I feel good. I mean, I'm happy here.
I was a struggling musician. I spent a lot more time studying food than I did studying for my actual degree. And then I went off to New York and I worked in the city and I met my wife. We decided right after 9/11 to come back to Chicago, and we worked in a lot of different places that eventually got us to opening our own place. So we opened our restaurant in April of 2008, and then the Publican opened in September of 2008. And very like-minded, whole animal stuff and charcuterie and sausage making and very simple farm-to-table, product-driven, ingredient-driven, all that stuff. We got lucky that every time somebody would write about farm-to-table in Chicago, they would talk about the Publican, but then they'd also mention us. We kind of rode the Publican's coattails a little bit, being the little guy. So it's, it's kind of fun that a few years later we decided to open a butcher shop, and then PQM opened. Years later, I wind up taking over PQM, and now I'm at the Publican. It's like a full circle kind of thing, kind of always being mentioned together, but now I'm here.
Pretty much everybody that's on our team has been here for a really long time. A lot of these guys have worked together basically since this place has opened. I mean, we have people that have been here for about 10 years. So I think that really helps, especially from a management perspective of you don't really have to come in and build the rapport amongst your team. It's already there. And I really do think that's the most important aspect of, running a good team, running a good service is your guys help each other out, they trust each other, they want to help each other on the floor. And I think that we're a lot luckier than most in that aspect of a lot of our folks that are here have been here for so long that it's like a big family.
I think one thing that we do really cool here that I really like is we constantly rotate product through, rotate new drinks, new beers, new wines. It's nonstop education, and I enjoy that aspect of it instead of just serving the same thing over and over. And then we get a chance to introduce those drinks to the guests, and it's kind of a fun way to make a new connection with people.
And I love to talk about food. I love to talk to the team about food and get their input. Whenever we change the dishes, I'll go to whoever's station and say, I'm thinking about changing the crudo. I'm thinking about changing the duck. And then I'll kind of talk through my ideas and we have a conversation, and if I can incorporate the cook's ideas, then it's always fun for me. It's also a relief to not have to have all the ideas.
The one thing that I love the most about the Publican really is just the energy. You can feel it on a busy night. I think when I first started, it was around Oktoberfest. And I mean, we were booked and busy. The whole place was full, and that was a little jarring as my first restaurant experience, but it's also a little magical in a sense. I love when this place is busy. I love when this place is loud. One of the main things I love about our design is that it's very designed for people next to each other to be able to talk to each other. It's easily facilitated. We've got the communal sink in the bathroom, and that really just brings this essence of community that I feel like we've lost a little bit post-COVID. So I think this place is very special in that sense of it is kind of like a community center. It can be a third place for a lot of people, and I oftentimes find a lot of guests just turning next to each other and they start talking to each other. We have high quality food, high quality service teams, but it's approachable. And I think that that's really what I want people to feel when they leave here is that, man, that food was good, man, our service team was on point, but also everybody there was so kind. And I think that's really what we look for when it comes to staffing our teams and, coaching everybody on the floor is we really want it to come from a perspective of that genuine feel of hospitality of we want you to have a good time. We want you to leave here with a smile on your face. I want you to leave here remembering your server's name because you just had a blast with them.
It's fun for the servers to be able to go to the tables and sell something that they're excited about, and sell something that they believe in. And part of what I like to do is when I put a new dish on the menu is tell the staff the story, whether it's the cooks or the servers, just kind of tell them the story of where this dish came from. Being able to arm your servers with that information so they can go to their tables and they can say, well, the story behind this dish is, and the hope is that the guest really likes it, and they're at work the next day and they're like, oh, I had this great sweet potato dish, and they were telling us the story is that they kind of launch into that and it becomes a part of their story.
We have a long-standing reputation. I think it's not easy to be, still up and running in this industry since 2008. I mean, it's a really difficult feat. And I think what keeps me here is that I believe in this team, I believe in this menu, I believe in the direction that we're going in, and I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of this team when we, continue building up our reputation and continue taking over Chicago.